via left side panel, Instruments. When you press the Show or Hide button in the left side bar, you will find the current sensor data for gyro, rate of turn, true and relative wind, and depth on the Instruments tab. Via Navigator panel of Multi-Display panel. If you select the Navigator panel in the Display panel window of the Control panel, a list with the following selectable data is available. HDG, heading. STW, speed through water. COG, course over ground. SOG, speed over ground. ROT, rate of turn. XTD, cross-track distance. BWOL, bearing to the next waypoint's wheel over line. BWW, bearing from the previous to the next waypoint. DWOL, distance to wheel over line. ETA, UTC, estimated time of arrival. TTG, time to go to the next waypoint with current speed over ground. RAD, turn radius at the next waypoint. Turn RAD, calculated radius of turn. Docking mode via multi-panel. In the multi-panel, select Precision Instruments and open the Docking Mode page to display the current rate of turn, radius of turn, and the ship's tendency. Activate the display of course over ground and speed vectors by selecting their respective buttons. Docking mode via Dual tab. To call up the docking mode, switch from the main to the Dual panel on the tab area, and then select the Docking Mode button on the Chart panel bar. When you activate the docking mode via the Dual tab, the mode will be displayed at the top of the chart. The initial scale will be zoomed as set in the General page on the Config panel. Your ship will be centered on the screen, and the Precision Instruments menu in the Control panel, including the Reference Points page, will open. Docking mode, Reference Points. On the Reference Points page, you can set and save bearings and distances for frequently used berths, mooring points, or bollards. Parallel index lines. To set parallel index lines, select Parallel Index Lines from the Multi-Display window. Up to 2 lines can be displayed. Enter the direction of the line in the True Bearing field and the distance from the vessel in the Range field. To activate or deactivate the display of the parallel index lines, click on the number of the corresponding line. By clicking the button Reset, the parallel index lines will align according to the ship's heading. User objects. Parallel indexes can be created as user objects using the line category in the Maps task. This is explained in topic 331. Create user map objects. Trial maneuver. If necessary, you can start trial maneuvering as known from a radar by selecting the Trial Target Tracking Simulator panel from the drop-down list of the Multi-Display Panel window. It is separated between Trial Maneuver and Target Tracking Simulator. Trial Maneuver. Expected motion line value. To perform a trial maneuver, enter the following values of intended maneuver: trial line, delay, radius, set course through water, and set speed. Then the expected motion line, EML, will be displayed by pressing Show. Trial maneuver. Invalid parameter. If the parameters entered do not allow the turn with the set radius and delay time to be inscribed in the set expected motion line length, an appropriate warning will be generated. The values turn to orange, and the expected motion line will not be displayed on the chart area anymore. Trial maneuver. Drop function. To accept the maneuver, press the drop button. The selected parameters will be recorded, and the countdown of the selected time before the maneuver starts will begin. A second press on the drop button cancels the recording of parameters. Trial maneuver. Target tracking simulator warning. If, in the course of a trial maneuver when approaching a certain target, the CPA value assumes a value smaller than those set in the Targets panel, the corresponding segments of ownership and target motion line will turn red. Trial maneuver versus predicted vectors. The difference between predicted vectors and trial maneuver is that on the trial maneuver, your ship parameters have no effect on the displayed vectors. Target Tracking Simulator. You can add, edit, and cancel simulated training targets, or cancel all of them via the Target Tracking Simulator function. Anchoring options. Setting a safe anchorage can be done in the Route Planning panel, as explained in topic 515, Additional Features. It is also possible to do this in the monitoring panel by clicking the Navigational Alerts tab to access the Anchor Watch Settings window. Anchor Watch Settings. There are two Anchor Watch rings available, which can be displayed at the same time. Click on the cells under Safety Ring and enter the required radius in meters. They can be linked with an alarm via the corresponding checkbox. Activate the Down button to display the anchor symbol at the ship's position. This prompts the Chart Objects window in the control panel, showing safety information within the area. Enable the Show Anchor Watch Rings button to view the safety ring. To move the center of the ring, select the By Cursor button and click on the required chart position. Safety Swing Circle. This window is intended for setting a safety swing circle using these parameters. Vessel length, specified in the System Configuration utility. Cable length, anchoring cable length. In meters or in shackles. Cannot be lower than the depth value. Depth, estimated depth value in the anchoring position. Safety margin, additional range to ensure safe anchorage. Swing radius, radius of the outer circle, which is calculated. Note: the button Calculate is used for entering new parameters, while Use from Route should be selected if parameters used in the route planning stage should be used. Deactivate Anchor Watch. To deactivate the Anchor Watch, click on the Active Down button and the anchor symbol will disappear.
This button in the control panel. Open the Targets task and check the AIS box. Target Table. In the Targets task, the Target Table tab shows all AIS and ARPA targets according to the selection. These targets can be sorted by name, name of the target, alias, created name for a target, CPA, target's closest point of approach, TCPA, target's time of closest point of approach, SOG, speed over ground of the target, COG, course over ground of the target, range, distance of the target, bearing, bearing of the target, bow X, bow crossing distance of the target, T-bow X, bow crossing time of the target. Settings can also be done for maximum range, CPA and TCPA. The AIS target identification can be shown as by ID, by name, by call sign, by MMSI number, or none. own ship AIS data. The AIS data for the own ship can be set in the AIS task. The Voyage and Static Data tab allows you to set up the information that your own AIS sends to other vessels. AIS message via control panel. Upon receipt of messages from AIS objects, a notification will appear. When received messages have been accepted by the operator, they'll be shown on the AIS messages display of the control panel. Click the left or right button at the bottom of the display to toggle between the received messages. AIS messaging. AIS messaging can also be accessed through the AIS task. The Messaging tab allows you to create own AIS messages and display received messages from other vessels or stations. The IMO Special Messages tab and the Safety Messages database display official safety and information messages. AIS Color Tracks. The AIS Color Tracks tab of the Targets task allows you to add an individually colored track to every target obtained. Select from the following options. Date. Targets track on a certain date. Display by MMSI, ship name or call sign. Timestamp. Interval of plotted track. Unload all, to remove the target's track. Show on chart, to display the selected target's track. When a target is lost, the track will be displayed as an interrupted line. Activate ARPA target display. Similar to the display of AIS data, there are 3 ways to display ARPA data. Press the target key on the ES6 keyboard and all ARPA sources will be activated. Press the ARPA button in the control panel and select at least one ARPA source. Open the Targets task and check the ARPA A and or the ARPA B box. Target information. To obtain information about a target, position the free view cursor on the required target. The cursor will change form. Click on the target, and the target data card with its parameters will be displayed next to the target. Note, this also applies to AIS targets. Target table. Like AIS targets, ARPA targets are listed in the target table. Open the Targets task to access the list of targets. Activate Radar Overlay. To activate the radar overlay, select a scanner from the control panel. Press Overlay to display the data from the selected scanner.
Installation. The Admiralty Information Overlay chart is installed via NaviPlanner together with the latest base DVD and is updated weekly. Click the DVD Drive button or the Browse button and select the AIO folder and then click Go. If there are Admiralty Information Overlay charts and updates available, the Updates radio buttons will become active in the Source Scan Completed window. Click on Install Selected Items to install all of them. Overlay. To activate the Admiralty Information Overlay, open the Overlays task. Select the AIO Charts tab and press Show AIO. The Admiralty Information Overlay contains all Admiralty temporary and preliminary notices to mariners, T&P notices to mariners, in force worldwide.
Chart datum. The NaviSailor always uses the WGS84 chart datum. This is displayed in the information window of the control panel. Different chart datum. If for some reason the given position is not in the same chart datum, it will be necessary to enter a position offset in order to display the vessel at the correct location. Details regarding position offset are given in topic 341.